Good evening, my name is Ernest, and tonight I'm going to show you how to replace the steering rack and Ackerman bearings on the brand new Tekno SCT 410 short course four-wheel drive truck. We're going to be replacing these bearings this evening with the brand new Boca ceramic bearings graciously supplied to us by the fine folks at Boca Bearings for the purpose of this video. To begin, we're going to remove the top plate. Top plate has 5 screws holding it down there. And for this job, you're going to need 4 Boca ceramics, part number SMR 85C YZZ AF2, and 4 SMR 106 ZZC number 5 NB2. You will also need a 2mm driver, a 2.5mm driver, a 7mm wrench or a pair of pliers will work, a small screwdriver, and some medium grade Loctite. So we'll go ahead and remove this top plate. The 5 screws out. Just pull the top plate straight up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the steering link on the servo saver side so I don't have to retime my servo when I'm done with the job. And that's a 2mm screw holding that in. There's also a 3mm nut that sits up in the bottom of the servo saver that the screw threads down into. You want to make sure if that falls out of there you don't lose it or misplace it. Okay, next I'm going to take the outer tie rod ends off, and those are 2.5mm, and they have shims or washers, one on the top and one on the bottom of the ball. So you want to make sure you get those back in the correct places. There's also 3mm nuts in the bottom of the steering arm. So, and those will probably come out when you take the tie rods loose, so make sure you don't lose them. So we got that side done. We'll come around here. We'll get this side. And I've already loosened everything up just for the purpose of time management on this video. So now we've got our tie rods loose on both sides, the top plate off, and the steering link loose. And we can go ahead and just slide the whole steering assembly right straight up off the steering posts that are mounted to the body. So once we got those out of the way, we got those off. Now what we'll do is we'll take our small screwdriver, and we've got our post bearings. There's 4, 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom. So we'll go ahead and take our small screwdriver and we'll just work those out of there. They should pop right out. And we'll put those to the side for right now. Next, what we'll do is we'll take the 2 2mm screws for the Ackerman plate, and on the bottom side of that is where you'll need your 7mm wrench or a pair of pliers will work. You take that screw out. And the same thing with the other side. Once we have the Ackerman plate off, we'll slide the sleeve nut out on both sides, and that will allow us to access the 4 bearings. There's 2 bearings, 2 in the servo saver and 2 in the link on the other side. And we'll just go ahead and take a small screwdriver and we'll pop those out of there. Now we're ready for some new boca bearings. Take 2 of the smaller bearings, 1 on the top side, 1 on the bottom side. Same thing with this arm. And you're ready to reassemble your Ackerman arm. So you're going to take your threaded sleeved nut and go up from the bottom on both arms. Now the screws for these, I want to put just a little bit of medium Loctite on them. Don't want those working their way loose during a race. Take my 7mm wrench to hold the nut on the bottom side and get that nice and snug. Make sure it works freely. It does. And we'll do the same thing with the other one. And once we have our Ackerman plate back in place, we can take and install our steering post bearings. You're going to put 1 on each side in the top and 1 on each side in the bottom. These things fit perfectly. And slide the whole assembly back down on the steering post. And basically just reassemble it the opposite way you took it apart. It's a pretty simple installation. There's nothing hard about it or difficult. I hope that I helped you a little bit with this instruction. I want to thank Boca Bearings for supplying the bearings for this video and the previous 2 videos. This finishes up the kit for the SCT 410. Be sure to check out my other 2 videos for the differential bearings and the hub bearings. That's about all I have for tonight. I hope this helped you out, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.